So it's my great pleasure today to welcome here at the British Ambassador's residence in Tirana my very good friend Carolyn. So Carolyn, welcome. You're a board member of the Anglo-Albanian Association. How many years have you lived now in Albania?
I've been here for nearly 5 years now.
But you've been coming and going to Albania for many years longer.
I think my first tour group that I brought here was 2007, so a long time.
And you're still doing tour groups and bringing
Yes.
more tourists here, which is great, because actually we had more tourists this year than ever before, so I'm glad that that's continuing to come.
Thank you.
Do come in, let's show the association around the residence a bit, and then we've got a special treat on the art front as well. So
Thank you
please.
so much.
So this is the main hall of the residence, and actually it was rather special. Obviously across the world, British embassies also held condolences for Her Majesty the Queen. And we had the condolence book in here, and I was very touched actually by how many people from across Albanian society came and paid their respects, because I think Albania doesn't have the same connection as, say, some of the Commonwealth countries. But I was really impressed how people really felt that they wanted to come and show what the United Kingdom and Her Majesty meant to them. But you came as well. What did it mean for you?
Yes, I was very struck by how many people here offered me condolences, actually, that just Albanians that I know generally. But it was really an important thing to be able to come to the residence, because it felt in a way like the connection with Britain. So thank you for doing that.
No, and it's something that's very unusual as an ambassador. I obviously wasn't necessarily expecting to have to do it. I'm in black today because it's actually Remembrance Day. We've just had a service up at the Commonwealth War Graves up by the lake. And again, it was very special how many people came, and that we did actually together with the German embassy. It was the first time we've done it jointly with the Germans, and I think that again was trying to show that solidarity of coming together. But actually, the day that Her Majesty passed away was rather special. I'll just show that there was another book here, which is the normal signing in book we do. And here you can probably see that actually we had dinner that night with His Excellency the Prime Minister, Edi Rama. He and his wife literally turned up at the door just as we got the sad news that Her Majesty had passed away. So I shall always remember that particular moment. But let's show around the rest of the residence as well. So Karen, I think you've been in here before. This is the dining room. So I can seat up to around 14 individuals here. We can obviously use the garden as well for larger events. But it's obviously one of the functions of an ambassador is to host not just politicians, but the whole range of people across society to really strengthen the connections between our two countries. And of course we also have some art on display. So I inherited some art which actually was brought from the government art collection. As you can see, this is Stonehenge. I quite like this one. Some of the others, I may have to have a word with one of my predecessors as ambassador, because unfortunately, while you sometimes get the chance to decide what's here, you can't always afford to then change it and actually send some back and bring out new art. But one of the things I'm delighted about is that actually we've been able to really refresh that by connecting with some young Albanian artists. And we're going to go through and meet Arnold. So this is the main sitting room, and it's really nice to be here with Arnold Broqi, who has become a friend. But we basically had a rather chance encounter because I was literally just driving past your university, the arts faculty and the University of Tirana, and actually I was going to a dinner, and I just saw these flashing lights, and there was clearly some music going to be played. But actually the first time that they did the Artium exhibition, which was really to enable students at the university to have an exhibition to show their art. And I literally had gone to the dinner, I almost forgot on the way back, but I'm so pleased I stopped and came and went round the exhibition. And that was when I saw this wonderful painting and met Arnold. So Arnold, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, I'm Arnold Broqi. I'm from Malësia Male. Right now I'm a student in Tirana. I'm studying at the Art Academy of Tirana, and I've been in the Shkodra. I have done like my high school in art school again.
Great.
In Shkodra,
Which is where I learned my Albanian, so I have a particular affection with Shkodra as well.
So if you're gonna talk about this painting I've done about 2 years ago in high school in Shkodra, and for me right now, this is one of my favorite paintings.
Well, it's definitely
I don't know.
my favourite because it's why I actually, it's the first painting I've bought in Albania. And tell us about the young man and the
Okay.
violin.
When I was in the start, when I was doing this, it was so you're gonna say shumë e thjeshtë,
It was just simple.
It was simple. I don't know if I'm going. I never nuk e dija kur që do kisha shumë rezultate në këtë pikë.
You never knew that it was going to be
No.
get to this level
No,
of
no.
quality
with
and
this
results.
with this painting, no.
Because this was just like one of the tasks that you
One
had
of
to
the
do
tasks,
to
right?
complete.
Yes, but this painting has taken me about 6 months.
6 months.
6 months.
I think you can see how much work's gone into it.
It's a lot of work. Maybe the others can't see, but it's about 6 months work. And I just get one of my friend to the school. I told him I'm going to do a task and I need to make some photo of you, please, because if I'm trying to do something different.
And so this
Because-
was a friend of yours in Shkodra,
Yeah, in Shkodra.
but he's now playing violin
Yeah,
in Belgium.
It was and he was studying for violin in
Fantastic.
art school,
Great.
high school. And I think, but if the professor told me that you need to do a portrait of the face or hands or legs, I told him I want to do the
whole body.
whole
yeah.
body. He told me that maybe it's early or something, but no.
Well, I love
I
it.
don't-
Although I
Please.
have a bone to pick with the
Prove
professor.
me. I thought, but prove me.
Well, and I think you have proven it.
Yeah.
But also the professor said that Arnold can't sign paintings until he's reached a certain level. I'm absolutely sure you've already reached that
yeah,
level. So
but-
I've asked Arnold to come and sign it another time.
He says that because for him, the painting has never finished. And now she's not. If he was been here, she's not finished. We'll say
Oh, well, there we go.
something to do.
Brilliant. And just tell us the title of the painting.
Is in Albanian saying "mendushëm melody" is in dialect, but if we're gonna translate that English in thinking about melodies,
Yeah, so
something
it's
like that.
exactly thinking in melody.
Thinking in melody, yeah.
Okay, it's lovely. Well, look, thank you. We'll go around the room and just see some of the other art. So on the way, I'll just point out actually, one of the reasons I love art is my mother, should be an artist. This was one of her early pieces actually, which she has painted because that was one of my first postings when I was learning Arabic, was actually to Egypt. And so as you see the River Nile here, she'll probably kill me for showing you one of her early compositions rather than her more recent one. I mean, that was sort of 20 odd years ago, so but it's one of the ones that always, it's lovely to remember the places that you've been, and it's one of the reasons why I always like to have art that comes from each of the places that I've been. But show us your next composition here as well.
So, and this painting is also one of my favorite, but it's not my favorite because maybe I don't know, but the reason why, or how can I say, mënyra se si përfundova duke bërë këtë
The
pikturë.
way that you completed
Yeah,
this,
is e çuditshme.
yeah, it was surprising.
Yeah, it was
and
surprising
unexpected.
because I was in the bus
Okay.
going to the school in the bus, and I've seen this little girl, but she was so sad.
And she was just a passenger on the bus with you.
Just a passenger with her mother, and I liked so much her face. It was so beautiful. I don't know, I fall in love with her face, and I asked her mother if I can make a picture of her daughter, and I explained to her what I'm going to do with the picture, and she accepted.
Brilliant.
She accepted, and I've done. But she was sad. If you see here, she's not sad. She's happy, she's full of colors, she's colorful. I don't know. Every time I see, I love.
Well, why I like this one as well is because you've got that element of melancholy but also happiness. You've mixed those emotions
Yes.
and brought it to life. But I also like it because it wasn't you just capturing how she was, but you're also imagining her at the same time.
At the same time, yes, because it was a boring day, like not with. It was not the Sunday. It with sun, let's say, but it was a boring day. It was not this colorful. If you see
No,
at her face,
but you-
It was
but you
maybe
obviously-
green, but not yellow.
But you imagined how she could be.
Yeah,
in
how
better
she could
light.
be, yeah.
So that's what I love. Well, and tell us about your dream for the future.
My dream. If I'm gonna say my dream as an artist, my big dream is to replace Mona Lisa.
Replace the Mona Lisa.
The Mona Lisa.
Why?
My big dream. Why? I don't know if I can say why right now, but it will be maybe my big dream të më bënte të ecja shumë. Të më bënte të vazhdoja shumë përpara.
So that you could really continue to progress and make progress.
If that will be my big dream, to go there, I need to do something big.
Yeah, well,
we need a lot of works.
But it's important to have big dreams,
yeah.
Because otherwise we'll never get there. And one of the things that I've been really struck by actually since I've arrived, and it's now over a year since I've been ambassador here. Actually, I saw this when I was first up in Shkodra. There's lots of talent in Albania, but there's not many platforms for talent. No. And it's one of the reasons why actually we've been talking about this, is I feel as ambassador I can help provide a bit more of that space, maybe provide an exhibition, maybe enable some of the musicians to have their talent recognised more. And I think that's something that we've been able to do a limited extent through our centenary of 100 years. But it's something I really want to look at how I can help for the future, because clearly you've got a very big dream there.
Yes.
But if we can do just one thing to help each other's dreams and to help people progress, that's going to be really special. So thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you to the Anglo-Albanian Association and to Carolyn for giving us this chance just to show you a little bit about both the residents but also the art here. And I hope it will inspire you to think about what you can perhaps do to help support young people here to fulfil their dreams. Thank you very much. Shumë faleminderit.